Now let's look at the song of oneness, you could say, in this verse, the Enlightened Tea. This verse simply illuminates the dream of duality. It speaks of that formlessness that energetically appears as all forms and also appears as this dream of duality. It is emptiness dancing or silence singing, and in and yet it seems to appear as this sense of self, or I am, or you and me, or whatever. And that sense of self or I am seems to have a center, or seems to be contracted or confined in an apparent form. And this, viewed from this veil of illusion, from this center, there seems to be separation, separation of form, and separation of all appearing forms. And this separation of all appearing forms implies that it almost objectifies forms into solid static entities, and then apparently seems to name and label those forms as apart from it, like a laptop or a painting or another person who another person who happens to have a name and form and label. And then these names and labels apparently seem to have characters and attributes, and it's almost as if these forms are then fixated into an apparent space and timeline. That is, they have names and labels, and they have a beginning and an end. And these names and labels, then apparent stories are woven across these names and labels, like almost like a tapestry of hues and sounds, and like a sea of noise. And this this goes on apparently seeming to be, and this actually dream of duality almost is appears or is almost governed by opposites, like success and failure, and ignorant and enlightened, and uh, good and bad, or right and wrong, or whatever. And then this apparent seeking energy seems to uh, almost fixates these names and labels across a timeline, and believes or deems that it can reach from here to there, from ignorance to enlightenment. And almost it also seems to appear as this hierarchical structure, that ignorance is here and enlightenment is here, or failure is here and success is here, or whatever. And then seems to apparently want to chase that and reach an apparent goal. Now, this is all an illusion, what you call Maya in the Indian scriptural words, you could say. And this Maya, this illusion, seen through this illusion, all seems to be very, very real, and very like fixated, and very important, and as if it has a relevance or meaning or purpose. But actually, it's just this. It's just the formless forming. It's emptiness dancing. It's silence singing, just appearing as this, appearing as this. Even the fact that it seems to be appearing as enlightened or ignorant or successful or failure is simply that. It's just those names and labels and concepts too is simply as that. So there is nothing right or wrong. There is this being, this apparent floating fluidity, or there being an apparent flow or static stream, or there's simply an energetic expression of nothingness, almost like a performance, almost like a dance performance. So this is the song of oneness in this verse.